What's going on, everyone? So, welcome to the latest live stream. This is, of course, our collective top 100. We had 4 live streams where we came together and came up with this top 100, which wasn't easy. We're, of course, going in alphabetical order, though. We just got done talking about Casino Royale. Now, next up, we're talking about Children of Men, which, ironically enough, is also a 2006 film. And Casino Royale, I didn't talk about the premise just because I figured most people had seen it. And Children of Men, I would talk about the premise, but I don't know about you two, but I went into this film not knowing anything other than it's considered one of the best like sci-fi films, especially of like the dystopia. So I went into it knowing nothing. So when there's a certain scene that's of a character revealing something to another character, I was quite honestly shocked, and it really changed me in that moment. I was like, oh wow. I'm like, that's what this movie's about. So I'm not gonna say the premise. If you really want to know the premise, you can go on IMDb. But I will say this film did pretty well at the Oscars. It was nominated for 3 Oscars. Best cinematography, I know, was one of them. Best screenplay, and then also best film editing. So all 3, I think, were well deserved. Marv, I'm going to start with you. I know last time I tried to start with you, but you were in the other room. But what's your relationship with this film? If I'm not mistaken, you saw this a couple times in theaters, right?
I never. Oh, actually, I did. I saw it at Lowe's Cherry Hill. I
Oh wow.
saw it. Yeah, so I didn't know what this movie would be about. Um, when I just saw the preview and I just thought, oh, okay. But when I watched this movie, um, I really was taken back because this is around the same time that I saw The Prestige. Um, I saw a couple other ones. I mean, you guys just mentioned Little Children,
The
a,
movie.
a bunch of different other movies, but this one it took me back because this was one of the first times where I was like truly immersed and I felt like I was transported to a reality that felt real. Like, mind you, it's very little CG here. It's a lot of practical sets, and you know, I believe it's natural light. You could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they shot this with natural light. Um,
It's a mix. They used some natural lighting, but then also some like professional lighting. And there is CGI in the film, but it's carefully utilized. It's usually just for like the background stuff.
yeah. And then you have like the fluid long takes. Um, I was blown away because I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and so to watch it unfold. Because at first, I mean, mind you, back then, like I don't even think I knew who Clive Owen was. I don't think so. Now that I think of, I know I did, but he wasn't really like a hot commodity. So I was like, what is this? What are we watching?
You didn't
And then I
see
remember
King Arthur?
I didn't see King Arthur till like years later.
Mm.
That
Um,
makes sense.
and then but when it came to this movie, I'm watching it, and then as it gets to, I guess, the thick of the plot, I'm like, oh wow, this story's good. But then I see the filmmaking on display, and that's also really good. And then I put this in my review, and God, I don't write reviews on Letterboxd, but what I've always thought about this movie, even when I got to see it on video on demand when I was a kid and showing it to people, is that it's such a pressure cooker of a movie. This movie has pace like a freight train, right? Like, this movie starts, it gets to the point of everything. You get to know the characters, who you got to know, and even though Theo is an audience surrogate, he's the emotional engine. Without spoiling anything, you're told and you visually see what happened in his past that led him to him being how he is in this world. But you also get a sense of what happened to this world and why the world is in decay. You get the we get some good performances by Michael Caine, Julianne Moore. Um, I never could say his name well.
Charlie
Uh,
Hunnam.
I- who?
Charlie Hunnam. He plays like the unhinged guy.
No, no, no. I was talking about
Guy
I
from
was
Game
talking.
Night.
No, no, I'm talking about the guy, the black guy who play. I always
Oh,
call him Victor Sweet.
Chiwetel.
Oh,
I always
Chewie
call him.
Ejiofor.
I always
Yeah.
call him Victor Sweet because he's Victor Sweet.
Victor Sweet.
Have you ever seen Four Brothers? That's Victor Sweet. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I
but
think of him in 12 Years a Slave first.
uh, I just call him Victor Sweet. That's like his every time I'm watching a movie he's in it. We always call him Victor Sweet.
Mm.
But this is probably one of his best roles outside of that movie. That's probably his best role to me. But this movie, he showed like his range, and he showed like, how. And I didn't know he was British before this movie, so
Yeah,
that was one thing.
a lot of
And
British actors, honestly, in this movie.
yeah, yeah. Well, it takes place in London. Um,
Yeah.
but also last night while watching it, I couldn't help but feel like, man, time has flown by. Because when I was young and watched this, I was like, man, is this really what the 2020s is going to be like? And then you fast forward, and it was like, no, it's kind of the same. So
Ah,
Well, I
ah.
mean, it's not that trash yet,
yet,
but that movie is in 2027, so who knows?
There's we'll talk about that in a little bit. There's definitely a lot I'll discuss with that, but yeah, I'm glad that you really like this movie, Marvin. That it holds up for you, because I'll be honest, when we all agreed that we were going to do two movies this week, I thought that Children of Men was going to go down for you, and that Casino Royale was going to be like 5 out of 5. It's better than Skyfall. It's one of the best movies of all time. So I was kind of surprised when it was like the reverse, where you still liked Casino Royale quite a bit, but then it was like Children of Men. It's like, no, it's still a great film.
well,
Travis.
I think Children of Men is an actual masterpiece, and I keep telling you both that this movie I hold in like Hereditary. This is Hereditary. This is uh Oppenheimer. This is up there with those movies. This movie is a magnum opus, in my opinion. I felt that way when I was a kid. This is a prestige level. Like I actually watched this, Little Children, and the Prestige in the same year, and thought all three were god tier. This is a god tier movie.
And we'll talk about like 2006 in films, because it's a very fascinating for films, in my opinion. Sergey, I'm assuming you didn't see this in theaters.
No, I did not. I saw this much later, like maybe 2010 for the first time. And I wasn't ready for this movie. I don't think I had any interest in watching this, and I thought it was just okay. And then just yesterday I saw this for like the second time, and honestly, it was like almost like a first time viewing because I didn't remember a whole. Outside of premise, I didn't really remember a whole lot. And I like that. I do see why people enjoy it. I don't think it's like this masterpiece. I was expecting more of an emotional gut punch with this movie, which I didn't personally feel, which is why I don't think it's on a god tier or anything. But I do think that it's a very well imagined world that we're living in. The lighting is really great. The production makes you feel like you're stepping into another world. The performances are really good. I mean, I could see why people like it. It did remind me a lot of what is it? A Quiet Place
Mhm.
later on. Besides, I saw that kind of like in more recent times. I remember it more. Uh, 28 years later, kind of got some vibes there, or 28 days later, I should say.
Yeah, well,
You did not compare this movie to 28 years later.
I I think I gave it the same rating actually.
Chad, the blasphemy. What is happening here?
That gave it 4.5 stars, I think.
no. I did give 28 years later 4.5. Marv, I did bump it up, which I know you're not going to like to hear, but no, Children of Men. I love, like, I loved it pretty much immediately, even though I was watching it the first time on like a cracked iPod screen. I'll never forget watching it, and I'm like, this is why I love film. Like, these long takes are insane. Like, I had seen Gravity, and of course I loved Gravity. It was a very impactful film. Like, that was something that I recognized the long takes. I recognized how emotional that film was for me. But then when I saw Children of Men, I was just taken aback with how they were able to do it even more. Like that long take in the car is insane. That final action scene is somehow even crazier. And just knowing the behind the scenes, like the fact that in the third act, the director tried to yell cut because there was like some fake blood that went on the camera, but they couldn't hear him because of all the explosions. So they continued it, and he liked it because it like the blood kind of added some character. And yeah, I think I'll be honest, like I personally was emotionally moved by it even at like 18, but like as I've gotten older and as I know that I'm, gonna be a parent like soon, sooner than later, like just I guess we'll get into spoilers now because from here on. Well,
I think I was waiting for some emotional like burst, like in this year's Hamnet, for example. Like it's pretty neutral, and then you get hit with it, and I was waiting for that in this movie.
I mean, I think they do a great they do a great job of visual storytelling. Like right away, I'm just gonna Marv, back me up here. I'm gonna do a play-by-play. One of the things I love about the cinematography and the production design and visual effects all coming together is that when the film starts, Clive Owen's character is not paying attention at all to what's going on around him. You see a lot of stuff that's bad that's going on, like the last person, like the youngest person in the world dying. That's something he doesn't care about. He's like, oh, it's just news, whatever. Like,
Well, because he's lost his own child, so it's kind of like numb to him.
right. It's numb to him. The world around him is like numb.
He's got in this kind of world, you have to become numb to this, and it's become so natural for everybody to feel like that.
Well, but the whole point of the film is like to feel something again, and he does once he sees like his wife, like how much it means to like her with like the baby, and not only that, but it's also like a reminder, like it's something that came back to him.
He tries to suppress those emotions. In fact, when I guess we have the spoilers, when Julianne Moore's character, she passes away, like he doesn't react, and I was waiting for him, like, why isn't he breaking down right now? But it's like couple moments later where he gets to the tree and he like collapses. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and also emotions aren't. It's not. No one would like this. It's not linear. Like,
yeah,
I think Succession. I'm not going to spoil it. Like Marv, he wouldn't spoil Succession, but there's a scene in Succession that I think is one of the best representations of how like emotions work. Like there are some people that, if there's like a death, they'll break down crying immediately. But there's a lot of other people where it's like they do try to bottle up, and then eventually they do have like a moment of. Marv would call it weakness. I would call it strength, where it's like just like having that release of
I wouldn't call that weakness. Who said I cry, dude? What are you talking about?
I just want to make sure, but it's one of those things where it's like moments like that. It breathes life back into the world. Like it's a reason to like keep going, and not only just the child, like the representation of what it can mean for the world, but that scene at the end where there is utter chaos and they bring the baby out, and for the briefest of moments, everyone is just starstruck.
Yeah.
It's amazing because it's one of those things where you always hear from people that when you first see like your child or just any child in general, it's like, it's amazing because that's like a miracle. But then on top of that, this is a child, like the first one, and I think it was like 18 years. So it's even more miraculous. And it's like all these different people, all their different beliefs, all the different like
it's the resurrection of Christ.
Well, there is a lot of symbolism of that, like the fact that I love the joke how she's like, yeah, it was an immaculate conception, and then it's like, no, I'm just kidding. I don't know who the dad was.
I was like, you cannot be serious right now. I was like, oh, thank God.
No. Alfonso Cuarón, he does play. I don't want to say play around with religious symbolism, but he's very into it in terms of like depicting it. But there's definitely a lot of biblical, not only imagery but just like symbolism in it, and I don't know, like I couldn't help but really be invested in Clive Owen's character. I mean, just the fact that he loses like everything. He loses his best friend.
He lost everything. And his last thing that he could do was save a young girl and possibly the future of humanity. That's essentially.
Possibly.
And nobody's gonna know that he did that. But given what he went through,
which I am gonna not to spoil Blade Runner 2049.
I knew you were going to do it. I was about
to I gotta bring it up, Marv.
That's
the average Joe, not trope, but that idea of how like it's for the greater good. It's like something that's above you. It's something that will help other people, and just the self-sacrifice of Clive Owen's character in this film. I felt it like I felt it every time, but I feel like each viewing I feel it more and more. And like this time, man, like I was bawling my eyes out during that whole baby getting brought out after like that scene. I'm just like, man, that is like amazing.
I actually didn't feel sad for him passing away.
No,
I thought that was more like he earned that, like to go be with his family again, go be with his wife and be with his baby.
Well, that scene, when he died, I didn't cry, but I definitely was emotionally connected to him because I thought that he was so well written, where he's someone that you can see glimmers of his past, And you can also see why he kind of strayed away from that, because going back to like biblical symbolism and like, storytelling, one of the things about the Bible that's oftentimes focused is like losing your faith, if you will. And then, oh, how could God allow that? And pushing that away. And that's something that you hear a lot with people that lose like a child. A lot of times they're not able to stay together, unfortunately. And that broke both of them, and they went about it in different ways. Like she kind of, still stuck with, belief and everything. And then he kind of like strayed away from it and like pushed everyone out. And I think the film also does a great job of tackling that theme of like how important it is to be around people, because when you're around people, you're alive. When you push people away, that's a way of just, getting more and more depressed and just,
May I
not
ask you
being
a
happy about
question?
anything. Yeah,
May I
what's up?
ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it weird that I feel the opposite?
Explain.
Like you said, when you're around people, you feel alive. When I'm by myself, I feel alive. When I'm around people, I feel like I'm just kind of like just there, or depending on who's around, I feel like I'm kind of like dying because I have to like charge my batteries. If I'm around people too long, I feel like my energy is drained and I have to get away from them.
So
Even like around
so
people that
like
don't
right
care.
now you want to die?
I was gonna say.
No, I didn't. I didn't say you two. I said. I also said depending on who's around. I definitely said that.
No, you did, but like that's the thing. The character was surrounded by people that clearly cared about him. Not all of them. Like clearly the radicals, once it was revealed that they wanted to kill him, it was like, oh, okay, so you guys are kind of fake. Got it. Those individuals know, but the individual he was getting across with the baby, like that's someone that they definitely had a bond, and they definitely were individuals that connected. And that's the thing I love about this film too, is that it's not even just the character development through those scenes early on of like just hangout scenes. It's also that the actions in the latter half do dictate what the characters are in terms of like who they're wanting to be. So I just think it's a very fascinating film. I will say it is a shame, and Marv, you'll know best. It is a shame that when this film came out, it didn't do well at the box office.
It did
It cost,
not. No, this movie was a huge flop.
yeah, it costed 76 million,
It
which
made
is amazing. The fact
69.
that a big studio gave them that budget, and then it only grossed 70 million
That's it.
worldwide.
It's sad. However, um, I don't think it was released at the right time. Um, and
Christmas time.
I and I don't. I think. I mean, I love Clive Owen in the movie, but if they wanted to be more successful, they probably could have tried to get somebody else. It's hard. It's hard to say. And it's sad because unfortunately, this movie's going to be. I don't want to say forgotten about, but not enough people have seen it. And it's just it's a movie. It's a great movie, and I've showed it to people, and people have liked it. Every time I showed it to somebody, they've liked it. And mind you, we were young when I saw this. I'm talking about
Marv,
16.
I'll be honest, and again, this is just talking as someone that saw it when I was like what 17. In 2014, it was already considered like I don't want to say a future, but like a modern like sci-fi masterpiece. It was already considered that. That's one of the reasons why I watched it, because I had heard so much great things about the film,
Hmm.
and that's why I checked it out. And then when I checked it out, I started showing it to people, started recommending it to people, and one of my friends quite literally said, "Chad, that literally changed my life." And I'm like, "Glad I showed it to you." He's like, "Yeah, I hadn't heard about it. I didn't know anything about it, and I just watched it because you recommended it." I'm like, "I'm
That's
glad."
what I'm. That's what I mean. Like every time I showed it to people, they loved it. And it's just sad that enough people haven't seen it, and it really it broke my heart then because I've lived with this movie for 20 years, and you got to think about. I finally got the DVD from Movie Stop, and that was in like 2010, 2011. I remember I showed people that movie like every week. Like I showed like people from school. I showed like Will saw it. Will was like, this movie's excellent. Will loved it. My brother was what 12 when he watched it. No, no,
Oh,
actually
wow.
he came to the movies to see it. But yeah, so my brother was 9 when he saw it. He loved it. He knew what was going on. Like it's just enough people don't know what it is, and you try to pitch it to him like, well, who's in it? Well, it's Clive Owen. He'll be like, who the hell is that? So it's just unfortunate. But I'm happy for Alfonso Cuarón. He got on his feet with Gravity and
Well,
whatever
that's
else
the
he did
thing
after
too.
that.
I mean, he talk about a versatile director. I mean, this is the director that did Y Tu Mama Tambien, which ironically enough, from what I understand, got him to work for Harry Potter and Prisoner of Azkaban. And then he went from doing a Harry Potter film to doing this. It's wild. It's wild.
That's
And then he
funny.
did
There's a scene in Harry Potter where there's a character listening in on a conversation of three people in one room, and we see that in this movie.
yeah. I love the usage of wide angle shots in this film. Like, I think it is amazing with like the lens that they use because it's one of those things where I mentioned it earlier how you do see the background and how he's not paying attention, but as the film goes on, they use wider and wider lenses, and you really do see all that he's going through because he's become more aware of what's going on around him, and it really is a very interesting take on. I looked at it as like a tie-in as like open-mindedness almost, where it's like once you're open to what's going on in the world, it's like there's kind of no going back. The genie's out of the bottle, so to speak. You can't really put it in. So it's a very fascinating film, and I feel like anybody can watch it and appreciate it to some extent. Whether you want an action film, whether you want a sci-fi film, a drama, it really does have everything. I feel like. By the way, we do have a couple comments. Actually, we have a lot of comments. My bad. Bootzilla is in the chat. This movie, when it comes out in 4K, will look awesome. I agree. I do own the Blu-ray, and I do think it looks quite good on Blu-ray. But HDR 4K scan, it would look amazing. Honestly, I think it fingers crossed we'll get a 4K release this year to celebrate the 20-year anniversary. And Marv, maybe Sergey, if you want to, if this does get a 20-year like re-release in Dolby, we got to see it.
I mean, I would go see it. It won't get that though.
Never say never. You never know.
Hey, listen, if it gets it, listen, I'll give you $5. But it's not happening, man. This movie's just not popular enough.
I mean, to be fair, this and again, we'll talk about 2006 in general as a year of film and just how much of an impact it had on, I think, all of us. The Prestige was a film that wasn't like a huge success, but
that is cap. That movie made $100 million.
Worldwide.
Yes, 109, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like huge compared to. I mean, previously,
if you consider the budget was for this movie was higher than the Prestige. The Prestige had a $40 million budget, made $109 million, plus it had really good DVD sales.
Yeah, but my point is, it wasn't like a huge film. Like that was one that
it wasn't a flop. This movie's a flop.
No, I'm not saying the Prestige was a flop. My point is that that's a film that it took a long time for there to be a lot of word of mouth. Like I do remember in high school people talking about it because people started getting into Nolan because of the Dark Knight trilogy. That's how I heard about it. And,
yeah.
You know, I mean, now it's considered, of course, like a modern day classic, which is great. But my point is that there wasn't as much people seeing it as like, I don't know, The Departed, if you will.
Yeah.
Bootzilla, Victor Sweet, absolute classic character. What you pay out of town shooters to do, you pay them to get the heck out of town.
Hey man, shout out to my man Boots. Yeah. Oh yes, I love it.
So share a meal with your man and go sit at the
yes, let's go.
Sorry, back to children, man.
Yeah, get down there with your man. Now,
who is Victor Sweet?
The villain of Four Brothers. Oh my God, Boots knows what time it is. Oh yeah, let me read the quote. I need to see it. Get down there right now and have a meal with your man, and get to the kitty table. Let's go. Oh, Boots, you the one. You the MVP.
Bootzilla, the ceasefire scene is such a great scene, and the car chase scene is awesome as well. Yeah, I would say those are my two favorite scenes. It's funny because prior to 2019, when I thought of the film, I always thought about the car scene and how that was easily my favorite scene. But then I had a movie night for Children of Men, and I was like, it's a great scene. It's amazing. But like that war scene at the end, it's insane. It's a longer take, and there's even more that could go wrong with that take, but they were able to pull it off. It's just a great scene to show to people where it's like, this is how you can get hundreds of people together to create something. Like everyone was on the same page and it flowed effortlessly. It's great. Like you really do feel like you're with them. And I would say in some ways, and this isn't like a slight to the film, in some ways it does feel like a video game where you're like following the characters around, but you feel as if you're playing as the character. And I mean that in like the best of ways.
That's awesome.
So that's my favorite scene. The ceasefire scene, like the long take, and then the scene that made me cry, which is the baby being revealed. What's sorry, what's your favorite scene, would you say?
I mean the car scene where they're trying to start it up. That scene was really great.
That's a heroin scene.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty tense scene. And then visually speaking, like I really loved the last few shots of Clive Owen on the boat with.
Yes,
I mean it's lit so well, like with the haze and everything. I thought that was a great looking scene.
100%. I agree, and I also think that symbolically it's amazing too, because it's like the future. The future is very ambiguous with the child and the woman, because it's like we hope that she makes it out alive. And like that's the thing. I feel like I'm a cynical person, but even when I'm watching that film, I feel very hopeful. Where I'm like, I hope that she's.
I think everyone in the movie feels hopeful. They want that. Everybody is so desperate in the movie for this,
because it's the end of what feels like the end of the world, at least.
I mean, this is what will stop potentially the end of the world.
I was going to mention. Well, actually, I'll keep it in the back of my mind. Marv, what's your favorite scene? Would you say?
The entire last act, the last I guess maybe 40 minutes or maybe 35 minutes. I love all of it. It's all like it's just like one, like you mentioned when you said video game. It's kind of like one giant cutscene from a video game, and I love it. It's awesome. It's like the entire movie was set up, and then that last 35 minutes payoff, and it's glorious. I loved it.
They should get Alfonso Cuarón to direct a video game movie.
A Marvel movie?
I mean, with how many restrictions that he would have, I don't know, man. I don't know.
If Ryan Coogler can do it, he can do it, and I would love to see what he can do. But he won't do it.
I wouldn't mind him to do a Tomb Raider movie.
That would be interesting.
I wish he was doing the X-Men. That would be awesome.
So I wanted to mention, because I was alluding to it earlier, one thing I did want to mention about how the film, it takes place in 2027. It's a year out. I know Marv mentioned that when it came out in 2006, he felt like, oh, this is what the future is going to be like, and that it's not right now. But I would honestly disagree. And I say that because even when the film came out, it was very timely. Like there was a lot of war going on in the world. I mean, there still is. And I feel like in the last 20 years, it's one of those things where we've been trying to stray away from like organic food. And this is where I'm going to be on my soapbox. And it's more about like the preservatives, the processed food and everything. And I feel like that's something that, yeah, it's a way of getting it so that way everyone's able to eat and everything. But that is going to affect, at the end of the day, people's fertility. And I do think that maybe not next year, but at some point, I think that there will be a lot lower fertility rates. And I'm saying that because we've seen that in the last 10, 20 years. There are a lot of studies like on that. So I think the film was timely then. It's even more timely now. I also think that division, I mean, that's something that's been going on since the beginning of time, which is also something taken from the Bible, that theme that's tackled. But this film in particular, like how something that's so pure, something that's so, in theory, a miracle, is taken and it's used in different views to like radicalize like those ideas. Like, you have the people that want the baby to like show it off to the world, and then you have the ones that want to like hide it. And it's like, just show the baby, just like let the baby, work its magic. And it ends up happening. But I just think it's a very timely film, I guess is what I'm trying to get at, Marv. And Sergey. But I know Marv was the one that was like saying he thought it was far off. That's all.
I mean, is Blade Runner 2049 far off?
I don't think so. I really don't.
No, that I don't think so either. I think that we're actually right there.
I mean, think about it. Like we're at the point now where it's like with what you're able to do with robots. I mean, robots are running certain companies with AI. Like people are using that as like chats. People are using it for pictures, videos. Unfortunately, it
We
is
have
going to.
robotic dogs that people walk now.
Yeah,
I fully embrace that future though. Bring it on. I'd say
I don't.
I
Um,
do.
and I'm someone that, especially with romantic life, I try to embrace change. But there are some things where I'm like, no. I think that those type of things. And again, I'm someone that loves Blade Runner 2049 and Blade Runner, but I do think that you're playing with fire, and it's also coming out around a time where art is being devalued, and I think that it's a mix that's gonna what we love and talking about movies and TV shows. People are gonna care even less about it because of those. Because it's like, oh, anyone can make a movie. I could just put in ChatGPT or on an editing software, like make a movie, and it's like you have an AI movie where it's like the characters are going like this, and it's like, what is this? What is this? And that's something that I think that
It's evolution.
I mean, look, evolution. Like I study film. Like, I love film. The transition from sound. I mean, not my apologies, not from sound, from silent films to sound. That was revolutionary. It wasn't a bad change. It was something to where you could do either or. But now with AI, it's one of those things where I don't want to say that it's a bad thing that anyone can do it, because I think that it is cool when people have ideas and they can try to make them and everything. But if you're just going to have 100%, I don't want to say CGI, but just like AI, it's like, what is this? Like, what is this?
Mm.
You gotta make sure that you're using it sparingly. I mean, I'm fine with it being used, which like the early 2000s movies with the special effects, they haven't aged well now that we look at them, or some of them.
They really haven't, and it's funny to go back and watch them because you're like, wow, what is this?
Well, and that's a great
It's like watching a Phantom Menace, and looking at those effects right now. They're not that great.
and that's a great
But
that's a
we
great
had to start there to get to where we got with Avatar, and then with Way of Water. Yeah,
well.
it's all
But
about.
keep in mind, it's a good segue. It's all about balance. If you have it where you overuse it, it's gonna not age well.
Well, James Cameron was sitting there and waiting for the technology to get there. He's been sitting on this Avatar story since the 80s.
Yeah, a long time.
Mm.
Long time.
And he was originally going to write a book, and then I guess he thought people weren't going to pick up a book, and he's like, I got to make it into a movie.
Yeah.
And also, when I watch the Avatar films, even at age 29, when I watch those films, I feel imagination. I can tell that thousands of people came together under the leadership of James Cameron and created something that sparked a lot of imagination. 3 films in, I watch those like water scenes, and I'm like, I kind of know how they do it, but it's still mind blowing with how they do it. It's insane, honestly.
Well, he's an explorer. He goes on, into these treks in the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench and stuff. Like nobody else has done that. I mean, I could see where he finds the inspiration. Obviously, it's his passion.
And you can't get that. Like if you were to put into an editing software, make an Avatar movie, you'll be able to tell right away that there's no soul. Like when you're watching it, I'll put it to you this way. Marv and I, we used to watch bonus features a lot on physical media. You watch an AI movie, you're not going to want to see the behind the scenes. It's just going to be a couple of
Well,
it's like
they don't even make them anymore. They don't even make behind the scenes anymore because of it.
No, they do. It's just you have to buy the 4K.
Oh.
But they do. Actually, one bad after another, ironically enough, the reason why I'm waiting instead of 23 days, the reason why I'm waiting a couple months is because they're releasing the regular 4K. And then a couple months later, they're releasing the 4K with the bonus features. But yeah, I mean, Sinners on 4K, it has plenty of bonus features.
The behind the scenes stuff can be AI, which I am seeing, on social media where they've taken older movies and they're like showing you the behind the scenes of that movie, but it's all fake.
And it's terrible. I've seen that. It's terrible.
I
I'm
think
like, how the hell do you have the behind the scenes of this footage? And why does it look so like crisp?
I think that's kind of cool, to be honest with you.
I
It's
don't.
cool, but it's not real.
It's
It's
also
not.
it's also very dangerous. I mean, especially in the like, think about it. Children of Men is a film that's all about division, and with AI, people can just make AI videos, make stuff up, and they have content, and they're getting views because
Yeah.
it's an echo chamber. People are hearing what they want to hear, and that's what you have. That's what that brings about. It also makes it so that way you don't trust like news and you don't trust really anything. Articles are where I get my information from. I do not look at like I can tell right away where it's like someone will be like, so and so did this. Like I'll never forget. It was like Jalen Hurts walked out of the View. So many people on my feed shared it, and it was like so obvious to be
He
AI.
walked out of the what?
The View, like the show, The View,
Oh,
and the AI was like so bad. Like it was Jalen Hurts was like he was about to throw a football at the View, and I'm like, this
All
is
clickbait.
clearly, yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
I mean,
So I'm not a fan of AI. Like I'm really not.
I'm a
Now I
huge
say
fan.
that though, and at the same time agree with Sergey, where if you use it sparingly enough, and I mean like a small dosage, it's not bad. But let's be honest. There are going to be a couple MC movies that are going to use it like a lot. I mean, we're already seeing that with
Like
the Avengers
Doomsday?
trailer.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you and I both like turned to each other in the theater and we're like,
I think that if it's used medium rare, let's just say medium rare, then we're in good shape.
yeah. I mean, like,
It's here to stay. Like you have to work with it. It's
Yeah,
not going.
adapt to it. I embrace it.
It's
it
like when
definitely is.
we made the move from film to digital. Like people were also like, "Oh, I'm never gonna have a camera or whatever," and it's like, where are we now?
But that's what makes it when you have those filmmakers that are very, stubborn, if you will. Like you have PTA. He learned from Robert Altman, and now PTA is going to be teaching the next generation that watch like something like One Bad After Another, or I know Marv doesn't like the movie, but like The Master, or films like those where it's like, why does that look so good? Why does that look so different from other films? And they look at behind the
Oh,
scenes.
the master looks really good. The movie just sucks.
No, I mean I know you don't
but
like
it
the
looks
movie, but
great.
my point is that people that look at film as like an art form, they'll look at those films and they'll want to study it. I know, like for me, that's the case, and I'm saying that as someone that also does appreciate digital cinematography. But I do always love watching films and the first 5 minutes kind of trying to figure out which it is, and I'm usually able to tell, but it's still a fun game. But it's not going to be fun when I have to figure out three things. Where it's like, okay, is this AI, digital cinematography, or film? Not fun. But again, what I was trying to say is, I think it was last year, or no, 2 years at this point, Furiosa used a little bit of AI, like a little bit. You can't really tell. It's
Yes, you
just,
can. Yes, you can. Yes,
I
you
again,
think
can.
so.
I could tell. I
you
could
could
tell that
tell.
before. Yes, I could tell. It looks like it. I don't know how you can't tell.
No, what do you, no, he used it in like background scenes.
I know.
I couldn't tell, to be honest with you.
It contributed in telling the story. It didn't like become an eyesore to where it took me out of the movie, if that's the case.
When
It
the
wasn't.
MCU starts using it, you know it's going to be an eyesore.
It's already an eyesore with the special effect.
It's fair.
Couldn't be worse.
Oh, they're like, I see you and I'll raise you.
Maybe the special effects will be finished this time with the AI.
Bootzilla, would you say this is Caron's best film? You know, I think it is for me. With Y Tu Mama Tambien, like this far apart. And I mean that like quite literally because let me pull up my top 100. They're very close to each other. I have pull this up real quick. As I'm pulling this up, you guys can Sergey, what's your favorite Alfonso Cuarón film?
I mean, I'm biased towards this. I have Prisoner of Azkaban as my favorite, but I think I have
That's
Y.
a good choice.
I have Y to Bien probably a little higher, possibly. Like I see myself revisiting that one more often than Children of Men.
No, that's fair. So I have I have Itumama. Yeah, so get this. I have Itumama Tambien as my number, it looks like 89. And then I have Children of Men as my number 87. So they're, like I said, they're really close. Like I still remember doing my top 100. And I'm like, I don't know which to choose. I love both. And I love the long takes in both and just the emotional impact. But I ended up going with Children of Men a little bit more. Marv, what about you?
It would be that one. It would be Children of Men.
Children of Men? Good choice. Anthony A. Perez is in the chat. Good to hear from you, Anthony. What's up, fellas? About to jump into editing my review for Primate, but just dropping in here to drop some. Wait, let me go back.
Is it the scariest movie?
Drop some love.
Is it the scariest movie as they claim it to be?
The scariest movie of 2026?
Yeah, which isn't really. They just started.
Hey, it's a high bar. Anthony, let us know how you liked Primate. And I look forward to doing our collaboration on Saturday. We're going to be doing a collaboration for Pinocchio, the original. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Oh, the Disney one?
Yeah. Which is, it works out that I rewatched it last year. So I'll.
Okay. For a second, I thought you were going to review the South Korean Pinocchio.
No, I didn't really. They have one?
Yeah.
That's actually insane. I'm curious about that. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw both that and I think it's the Japanese Cinderella, or maybe I got them confused where Cinderella is the Korean one and then Pinocchio is the Japanese one. Interesting movies. Not my kind of tea.
I always love when they have those classical stories that are done by international filmmakers. Like they did The Ugly Stepsister, which is the Cinderella take. And it's it's very different from the Disney Cinderella. It's I liked it quite a bit. And I know someone that apparently read the book, and apparently it's like really close to the book, but let's just say it's not your grandfather or grandmother's Cinderella. And I mean that in a positive way.
Yeah, this one's a 964 Pinocchio from 1991, and it has like this I want to say Blade Runner feel to it, and nowhere near Blade Runner, but it's just got that cyberpunk like kind of look, kinetic energy to it.
Maybe I'll check it out then, because
I mean,
South Korean cinema.
That might be Japanese. Let me just check.
Or Japanese. Yeah, I don't want to be racist. But to be fair, I don't really know anything about the film.
Yeah, it's Japanese. It's Japanese.
Oh, okay. I mean, I do love Japanese cinema too.
The Cinderella one is South Korean.
Professor Marv is in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Buzilla says, I love watching all of Nolan's behind the scenes from The Dark Knight to Oppenheimer because his use of practical effects are very fascinating. Absolutely agree. I am very excited for the Odyssey for that reason alone. I'm very curious how he's going to pull off a fantasy film with minimum CGI, but I'm down for it. And we're all seeing that together. We're gonna see that in IMAX, Tropicana. Gonna make it happen. So pumped. I think it's gonna be PG-13. I mean, I haven't read the Odyssey. Ironically enough.
I mean, I would, if you read the book, I mean, there's enough there to make it a rated R.
Really?
Oh yeah, if you go to like the one island where it's just all women, you could definitely do something there. The island of Lesbos. 100%.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called the Island of Lesbos.
Oh, this is a certified 10 out of 5 from Marv.
And there's one island where they get all like high as shit. Like, definitely, it's a rated R movie. This could be super artistic. I mean, it's not going to be. I think another director would go in that direction, but
that's why I'm glad Nolan's doing it, because he's going to do it the right way.
Watch, he's like riffing on like Robert Eggers.
No,
that would be hilarious.
It won't be anything like Robert Eggers, and thank God. If it was Robert Eggers directing this movie, I probably wouldn't go.
I mean, I could see Robert Eggers doing this because there's some scenes here that are in the movie that would, in the story rather, that would take place in hell, and it kind of reminded me of like Dante's Inferno a little bit. So,
no, if it was Eggers, I wouldn't want to watch this. I probably still would, but I wouldn't.
Just got done rewatching Nosferatu.
Yeah,
no, it's not a bad movie.
Robert Eggers.
Visually,
but I wouldn't be interested in watching it. I would watch it.
Frankenstein, by the way.
Hmm?
Did you watch Frankenstein?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I rewatched it yesterday with Nicolette. Awesome movie. Love it.
I have to watch that and Wake Up Dead Man.
That's going to be interesting to talk about because Sergey didn't like it. I really liked it, but I don't know where you'll fall because I know you had a religious upbringing, kind of like me. So it might speak to you. It might not. We'll see.
Is it good? Is it good like the last two? That's all it needs. Is it? If it's not,
It's a different flavor. It's hard to say. It's a
It felt
very
like a
different
different
flavor.
movie. It felt different than the other two.
So it doesn't feel like a fun murder mystery.
No,
It definitely. I thought it had fun, but that's also because a lot of the religious humor I could relate to. I mean, the scene with Glenn Close cleaning some graffiti off of, the monuments, and with what she was saying, I've been there before, not with like the graffiti, but like that, humor kind of going over the head. I've been there before with that community, so I was able to relate to it. And as it turns out, Ryan Johnson grew up similarly to me, so it made sense. Like when I saw the interviews with him, I think it was, I forget which podcast I was listening to, but he was talking about it, and I could relate to it. But I don't know. I mean, Glenn Close is no what's her face from Glass Onion, so I don't know. I hope you like it, Marv.
We'll see. Well, I hope I like both.
I do. Also, Bootzilla says, "Yeah, I'm reading the book now, and it could be rated R." That would be. I mean, it could work. It could happen because Oppenheimer made $1 billion, and that was R rated. So, but Bootzilla does make a point. I think he'll do everything he can not to have it rated R, but the material is there for it to me.
Maybe in the future we can get a rated R from another director. This is a big epic. Like it can't be done just once. Like last year we had one with Ralph Fiennes. It was a very underwhelming interpretation of the Odyssey. They stripped away all the action and all the like epicness of it and made it more like a stage play almost.
Oh wow!
It's just two people talking. It was okay.
Yeah, I think Nolan's definitely the director for. I mean, I agree. Like, I feel like it's a top. Even though I haven't seen the story, I'm well aware of like there being a lot of adaptations. So it's definitely something that will be remade several times because of the classic nature. But it is always fascinating to see the different takes, and I think that Nolan's take should be really fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really gotten this scale of story in a long time. Like this story is pretty famous. It's really popular. They teach it to you in school, or most people in school.
Yes.
And the 90s was the last time we had a movie like this, and
I saw that movie.
That was a TV movie. That wasn't like in theaters or anything.
I hope this movie makes $1.5 billion so that we can get a proper screen adaptation of Paradise Lost. It'll be great.
I mean, I definitely think it's going to do well because apparently it's tracking to be the #1 movie of the year. I mean, again, it's tracking, but there's definitely a lot of hype for it. I mean, Nolan he's definitely solidified himself as probably the biggest director of our generation.
My cousin was talking about it, and I was a little surprised. Was like, really, you're aware of a Christopher Nolan movie? Like, oh, it was a stacked cast and everything. So like, other people are excited for it too.
He's a household name. Yeah, I mean, going back to Children of Men, I kind of wish that Alfonso Cuarón was a household name because I think he's such a great director in terms of like his versatility. I'm trying to think if he's doing anything next. I think his last film was Roma, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I did want to mention before we wrap up. So, two things actually. So I don't think we did ratings. I gave Children of Men Sergey's favorite rating, 4.75 out of 5. Marv, what was your rating? 5 out of 5, I believe.
Yep.
Perfect. And then Sergey, yours was
3.75 out of 5.
0.75. We got the 0.75s together. 2006 in year in films. Let's discuss. So, Marv, what was your favorite? Well, I guess I'll start with you because you went to the movies a lot during that time. What was your favorite movie in 2006?
If I had to pick my favorite movie in 2006, it's a long time ago.
That it is.
I don't know if I could pick just one. If you'd allow me, I'd like to pick 3 to 5. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Which one, 3 or 5?
I guess
Yeah.
for the sake of the stream, just 3.
3? Okay. So I would definitely put this in there. I think I have to put Little Children,
The movie, yes.
and I think I have to put The Prestige.
Oh, that's fair. It's good. It's a good list.
I can't
No,
choose out. I can't choose out of 3 of them.
Yeah,
I
there
can't.
was a lot of good ones. I think the first one that caught my, in 2006 that stood out when I watched it was United 93.
oh, that's a great movie.
Obviously The Prestige. Then there's Pan's Labyrinth, of course.
So good.
There's just a lot.
Masterpiece.
But there's one film that I not recently, but a few years ago saw. It was called The Banquet. Very underappreciated movie. Highly recommend people watch it.
Honorable mention: The Departed.
Yeah.
I love The Departed. The Departed it's quickly become one of my favorite films. The Prestige, I love.
Yeah.
I know you guys aren't a fan of The Fountain. I love The Fountain. It's
Yeah.
underappreciated. Inland Empire.
Werner Herzog, my first film from him, Rescue Dawn.
I do like Rescue Dawn. Little Children, the movie. Borat.
Borat. Oh,
Pirates of the
Borat.
Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Yes.
Oh,
a
God.
Very good sequel.
Actually,
Pan's
I'm
Labyrinth.
sorry. Hold on. I'll take it back, Chad. I'll take it back. That's my favorite movie of 2006. I'll take it all back. That's my favorite one because I keep forgetting that came out that year. Oh yeah, that's it. That movie is everything. We'll just go ahead and just put that in there.
United 93, I'm with you with Sergey with that. In terms of animated films, I have a soft spot for Cars. I quite like it. So
Idiocracy came out that year.
yes,
and Borat.
Ironically, Idiocracy and Children of Men, nice pairing of what the future looks like.
The
Apocalypto.
Descent. The Apocalypto was a great movie. Blood Diamond.
That was a fantastic year.
2006 was also just noticing. 2006 was also a pretty big year for. Sergey mentioned about film versus digital. That was a pretty big year because certain filmmakers were going from film to digital, experimenting. Inland Empire shot on digital cameras. Apocalypto shot on digital cameras. There was another one that called my. Oh, I think not Borat. Actually, I was going to say Borat. Miami Vice digital cameras. So it was definitely coming into the forefront. And I think The Boss of It All, which is the latest, not the latest, but the Lars von Trier film that came out in 2006, I believe that was shot digitally. So it was definitely something that was, stirring up the pot, if you will, because I think the debate started around that time of which to shoot. And then I think I want to say the battle was over in 2008, 2009, when 2008, Curious Case Benjamin Button was nominated for cinematography, and then 2009, Slumdog Millionaire won, and that was shot mostly digital. And then Avatar. Well, actually, did Avatar win Best Cinematography?
It shouldn't have.
I think it did, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be a disgrace. And I love that movie.
Best animated film of that year, by the way, Paprika.
Yes. I'm just real curious now. I believe Avatar did win. I could be wrong.
I was busy. I'll do it in a minute.
Yes, Avatar. So Avatar won Best Cinematography over Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Hurt Locker, and Glorious Bastards, and The White Ribbon. So yeah, so I think the way it worked was Slumdog Millionaire. I don't think was 100% shot digitally. I think it was a mix of 35 millimeter and digital, and then Avatar, I believe, was 100% shot digitally. So I think Avatar, that was what was kind of groundbreaking about it, was the fact that it was shot completely that way. But yeah, so I guess my point with all that is 2006 in retrospect, pretty big year in terms of shifting.
We have a movie from 2006 we'll be reviewing on this channel. It's Fearless.
Yes, I sorry, I missed that because I haven't seen it yet. But
yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you mean with Jet Li?
Yeah,
That
that's
awesome.
that made it in our
That's on here? That's on here.
Yeah,
Oh, who picked that one?
I put that there.
Sergey loves that movie. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, let's
I'm
go.
excited.
Let's go. If you want, we can watch that. We can watch it at the house.
I'm down. I'm
That
excited. I
movie's
mean,
excellent.
I do like martial arts films.
I have it on Blu-ray. We can watch
Yeah.
it.
The right cut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always watch the director's cut. But I think
That's
it's
fantastic. I didn't know that you love that movie. That movie's
yeah, it's
fantastic.
my favorite one of my favorite martial arts films. Probably my favorite.
Let's go.
It's what is it? It's the Last Samurai of martial arts films. I mean, kind of. Okay, I'm not gonna hype it up that much. I don't think you're gonna love it as much.
You like Crouching Tiger?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm going into Fearless pretty much blind, which is awesome. Like I'm very curious about the film. So yeah, we'll definitely get to that this year. I was thinking about it today. I feel like some of these live streams we can do what we've been doing the last couple of times, where it's like we'll watch 2 movies a week if we all have time, and then we'll do one live stream like 40 minutes or so, and then next live stream in one day.
Not all the time.
I'm glad we got
that at first, and you were like, no. Now you like it.
Well, I think that it's beneficial for we're not always going to be available on Wednesday nights, like realistically. So if there is a Wednesday that we know we're all going to be available, and we know the following Wednesday we're going to be busy, if we're all able to fit in those 2 movies, or if we've seen it recent enough to where we don't have to like rewatch it necessarily, then yeah, by all means, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. We have Bootzilla says Pan's Labyrinth, Children of Men, The Prestige, Inside Man, Clive Owen film.
Inside Man. Oh, that's a great
and one. The updated version of The Conversation, The Lives of Others. I like The Lives of Others. Good film. Good film.
Also, Stranger Than Fiction.
I do like Stranger Than Fiction. 300.
300 is
Deja Vu, I enjoy Tony Scott's directing that movie. Babel, I need to rewatch.
I like The Descent. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. The Descent is a
wild ending. I like it.
You ever saw the second one?
No. Ironically enough, when I was on the cruise, they had like simulations, and it was for like Jurassic Park, and one of them was The Descent, and I'm like, nope, I'm good, because that movie is like very claustrophobic.
I'll do the Descent one. I'll do that one.
It's a good movie. I like it. A couple more. Lucky Number 11, which I kind of felt iffy about, and then Talladega Nights is pretty funny, and there's a lot of interesting commentary in that film. Adam McKay's always had biting satire. But all right, you guys have anything more to add with Children of Men?
Great movie.
I agree. I recommend it to everyone, honestly. Anyone and everyone. Next up, next week we'll be taking a break because I know Marv is busy, but in 2 weeks we will be discussing Citizen Kane. That's what's up next. Marv has not seen Citizen Kane. It will be interesting.
We already know what the rating is going to be.
And what's after that one?
1 out of 5.
Yeah.
What's after that one?
Collateral.
Okay.
Yeah, I can get with that one. Yeah, that's a masterpiece. That's a 5 out of 5 right there. That's a 10 out of 10.
We hope it's going to stay that way.
That's probably my favorite Michael Mann.
It really upsets me. Stop saying that.
No, I'm excited to rewatch Collateral. It's been almost 5 years since I last seen it.
Yeah.
Good movie.
It's a wonderful movie. It's one of the best movies of the 2000s.
It's fair.
I think I like it more than Heat.
It is better than Heat.
You've seen Heat, Marv?
Yes.
Oh. I just wasn't sure.
Get on my nerves. I've seen it I actually saw it when you were a child. I saw it when it came out in 97. Well, 98. 98. I saw it in 98.
So you were like, what, 5?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's the only Michael Mann film we have on this list.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way I was going to be able to convince you guys of The Insider. Nah. And even Heat, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to convince them.
I mean, Heat, I wouldn't have a problem putting in here. The Last of the Mohicans.
It's honestly wild with The Insider, just how accurate that film is. Like if you watch the 60-minute interview, it's like Michael Mann. I'll talk more about it in terms of like when we talk about Collateral, but like Michael Mann's attention to detail, phenomenal.
Another versatile director. I'm always curious what he does.
Yeah,
Not to the quality of Ferrari, hopefully.
yeah, I'm hoping Heat 2 is much better. But all right, great live stream. Looking forward to talking about Citizen Kane next. And guys, thank you for watching, for commenting, and we will catch you guys later.
Catch you guys later.
Later.